We were working with employees schema, isn't it? So let me say use employees. Now, advantage is that I don't have to say employees dot every time. Okay, so we have changed the context um, to employees. Okay, so other day we have seen, so far we have seen what? Create table,
Yes.
drop table, alter table, right? And everything under that we have done it. So we have created the table. Now we need to learn how to insert the data. Okay. So how do we insert the data? Let's take an example here. So it's talking about employee. Let's try to, no, okay. We don't have, let's select. Okay, first let's talk about select, okay? Then we can talk about insert. So I want to see the data in each of these tables. So to see the data, to read the data, we use select, right? Python have it. Okay. To read data, we use select, right? Now you say select star from table name. Okay. So here you have select starts with select and you have from here. So before from, you mention the columns that you need to get. So I'm saying select star from department. So star means all columns. And after from, you put the table name, and then you can have some conditions here, which we'll see after we have added some data to it. So now when I run it, you see there is no data in departments. So let's start adding data to department. So you'll say insert into what? Insert into departments.
Departments.
Okay. Okay. Now here in bracket, you give all the columns. So columns are DID, DNAME, DID, DNAME, HOD, and decode. And you say values. Okay. Now in the same order, you have to give the value. I can change the order. I can put DNAME. Okay. Here you can play with the value. Okay. Doesn't matter. But here when you insert, it has to be in the same order. First DID. So let's say DID I give 100. Then comes your HOD. So let's say HOD I say Sachin. Okay, then comes your DNAME. Let's say I put CSE. Then comes your decode. Decode I say AA00. Okay. Quotation is placed here. Okay. Now you run this and see what happens. Okay, green tick. That means data has been added. Okay. So you run it again here. 100 CSC AA00 has been added. Now you can see, now if you have to add the content in the same order, DID, DNAME, HOD, decode, you don't even have to give these columns. This is useful. Okay, it's not recommended. This way is not recommended because you have to remember all the columns and also the order in which it is in the table, right? So here I have to say 101 for DID, then comes DNAME, right? So DNAME will come this side. Okay, then comes HOD. Then comes your code. Okay, so now this is another way, just to show you, this is another way, green tick, right? And if you say select star from department, you will be able to get the data, right?
Yeah.
Now, select departments. Now, you know, not all values are not null, right? So you can skip the columns, right? You don't have to have same columns here. To add some values, let me add some dummy values, okay? 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to see department values 102 or 103, 105, 106. And department, let's say we put TCE, CIV, ECE, okay? We'll put Rohit, Dhoni, Sunil, let's say. Okay, we'll put code here. B, okay, K, and let's say C. I can select all 3 lines, and when you're selecting all 3 lines, then you have to give semicolon, right? To indicate that these are different statements. Okay, here semicolon is mandatory. When you select one line and run, then semicolon is not required, not mandatory. But when you're running multiple lines, you have to see all added. And now when you run your department, you have all the values added here.
Yes.
Okay, you have
Mm.
all the values added here. Okay, just give me a second. I think somebody. Okay, so similarly, let's go and check employees table as well. Okay, so I'm going to say employees, select and run. Now, what I can do is, okay, for this, maybe I'll create some Excel file and I'll try to upload Excel file to this. Okay, let me see. So I'm going to create an Excel file. Okay, and just give me a second. I'll go to, let me create a folder. Okay, I'm going to add an Excel file. And I'm going to call this as employees. Okay, I'm going to open this file and now share for you it. It's opening. Okay. Okay, can you see my Excel file? Okay.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
perfect. Now we will go and get the columns from MySQL. Okay, so columns are EMPID, FNAME. So I'll put EMPID, FNAME. Then you have LNAME DOB. LNAME DOB. Then you have email, phone, DOJ. Email, phone, DOJ. Then you have salary, department, bonus. Salary, department ID, and bonus. Okay, so these are the columns that are there, and we'll add data here and we'll see how to upload CSV file. We'll create a CSV file out of this and we'll upload to MySQL. Okay. Okay, so this date is going to create problem for us because the format of date in Excel is different as format of date in MySQL. So we will try to change the format here and then we'll upload. Okay, so employee ID, we can say 100, 101, sorry, 101, 102, and then you can simply drag it. Nope, not this way. You see this plus sign, black plus sign, and you keep dragging it, it's going to generate series of number for us automatically. Okay. Now we need F name and L name. Okay. I might have some Excel which already will have some data. Let me go and pull that. Okay. Just give me a second. Let me go and get some data from already a file. Okay. I don't want to keep typing the names again. Okay. Let me pull some names. 1 second. Okay. Okay. These are some names here. Okay. I'm going to delete this. We don't want junk. Okay. Okay. We got name here. Right? Okay. Now, this one, you double click on it, it created till here. Perfect. Okay. Now, what do we do? Now we have to create the last name also, right? Now, last name, let's say, okay, for simplicity's sake, let's do substring, okay, um, 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 okay, because I'm just thinking, okay, see, one way is you have to manually go and copy this thing. I don't want to do that. Okay. Instead, I will use the substring method of Excel, and I will take last some right. Okay. Left will be first few characters, right will be last few characters. And I will say text, and I will say, give me 6 characters from last. Okay. Just to create this here. Okay. Done. Now this special characters will remove it. Okay. So this is how you can get last few characters here. This also will remove it. You have to clean the data, right? Okay. Ready? So we have got last name also. Now, date of birth. Okay. Date of birth. Let's hold on for some. So this is all good, right? Okay. Let's go to date of birth. So date of birth, let's put some date here. 11/01. Okay. 11/01. And I'll give some year. Let's say 2001. Okay. And I will use, okay, so it has added 11, 12, 13, 14, so on, right? Okay. Now I want to change this to the format which um, your MySQL accepts. So MySQL format is YYY, okay, -mm-dd. Okay. So we need to change the date format. Okay. Okay. So how do we do that? We'll go and we'll say right click and see the format cells and date, and these are the format which are available. Okay. So we want this format. Okay, so we will say okay. Okay, so we have created this format now. Okay, we have created this format now. This is a format which MySQL accepts. So we have to convert into MySQL format. Okay, email ID. So email ID, we will say first name. Okay, at the rate, I'm combining. Okay, so first name combined with let's say at the rate wannabeco.co, let's say. Right? So now see, we got email ID. But what we have to do here, first thing is we have to replace the spaces, isn't it? And convert all into lowercase. Correct? Double click, it became one single line. Right? Okay, now you say Alt F, replace what? One blank space with nothing. So replace all. Oops, what happened? Alt F. Sorry. Find what? One space. Replace all. When protected sheet. No, it's not a protected sheet. Okay, maybe what I need to do. Yeah, okay. This is a formula, right? Formula will not work like this. Okay. You have to first convert into text because it's a formula, it's reading from different sheet. Okay. So let's do one thing. First, let's convert into lowercase. Okay. We'll convert into lowercase and then we will remove the formula. Okay. So do you have formula here also, right? Yeah. This formula, let me select and I'll say Control C and Control V. Paste values. So what happened? We selected and we replaced with the values. So all of these now became a value. Same thing we'll do here. But before that, we convert into lowercase. So B2 has to be converted into lowercase. So you say here, lower B2. Okay, done. Okay, now we have to convert this into all lowercase. Okay, convert it into all lowercase. Now again, I'm going to do Control C and Control V. Done. Now we can say here, Control F, replace with none, replace all, gone. You see, all the spaces are gone. Now it looks like a real email ID. Perfect. Phone number. So phone number, also let's generate using random value of Excel. Okay, so in Excel, we can have rand, okay, and you have rand between. Okay, so I'm going to use rand between. Rand between is like between which two random number you want to generate, I mean, between which two numbers you want to generate random numbers. So I will say, okay, 6, and your phone number will have 10 digits, right? So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 zeros. Between 999, okay, 7 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I'm saying between this 6 to 999 generate a random number. See, it has generated a random number between those two. Double click here, bottom right, it will fill in all the values in Excel. I'm going to say Control C and I'm going to say paste Control V. Date of joining, okay. So date of joining again. So we'll start with 1 July 2023, right? Let's make it 21 something. Okay, double click on it. Now again, we have to format this into, we have to format date of joining into different format, right? That MySQL format. So format cells, date, and we have this one. Done. So this is also ready. Now salary. Salary also let's use random. Rand between. Okay. Let's say the minimum salary is 35,000 and maximum salary is 2 lakh. Okay. So done. Okay. I'll again replace this with values. Control C, paste values. Control V. So these are all numbers now. Department ID. So we just created department ID, right? Now you see department ID, what we created was 101, 100, 101, 103, 105, and 106. Okay. Now you see here. Can we, I want to use random, okay, to do that. Is there a way, okay, I can figure out? See, if I had used continuous values, right, I would have said random between 100 and 106. But 2 and 4 are not there. Okay, so let's do one thing. First, let's perform random between 100 and 106, and then 2 and 4, which we have not added actually in the department, we will rename it. Okay, so let's use random between 100 and 106. Okay, so right now let's again Control C and paste as values. Okay, now we don't have 102, so we'll replace 102 with 104, let's say. No, okay. 104 is also not there, right? 102 with 103, let's say. Replace all. Perfect. Now we need to replace 104 with, let's say, 106. Okay, replace all. Okay, perfect. Now we got our departments as well. Because the department, it's a foreign key, so it will be matched. And if you add a department which is not in the department ID, it's going to throw error. Okay. Bonus, you can use random. Random will generate random between 0 and 1, right? So let's say, or instead what we'll do is, instead of bonus will not be 90%, right? It could be 90%, whatever, let it be. So I'm going to say Control C, again paste as values. Done. I think our file is now ready to be imported into MySQL. Okay. Now to add this data, right, we need to convert into CSV format. Okay, we have to convert into CSV format. Okay, so we have to write a command here. Okay, you have to write a command to convert into MySQL. So so let's look at the command. Okay.
Swapnil,
Yes.
what is a CSV format? Yeah.
Comma separated format. Okay. So when we actually, okay, here I can show you. So it's like a um, see this, when you say Excel is like table format, correct?
Yes, yes.
See, comma separated format means you have values separated by comma. It can be a simple text file.
Okay.
So let me show you an example here. It's one of the oldest file format used for transporting data, moving data from one system to another, one file to another, one application to another. Okay.
Okay.
So this is a, let's say, text file, correct? Now I can add here 101, comma, Sachin, comma, Mumbai,
Okay.
comma, 3500, then 102, comma. Okay. So what it means here, when application, when you say it's a CSV file and name says CSV, but you can use anything for delimiter. This delimiter is the special character. Okay. Delimiter is special character like comma, which separates two values.
Okay. Okay.
Delimiter is a special
Special
character
character.
which separates two values. So when we import this data or even we export this data, by default, it will take comma. But let's say if your name itself has such in, let's say we generally say 35, comma,
Yes.
000. Now in this case, if you say it's comma as delimiter, then this 35 will be treated separate value and 00
Zero.
separate value,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
So you can say that this CSV uses pipe as delimiter. So any character, any special character you can use as delimiter. So in this case, we will use pipe as delimiter. Even though
Okay.
we say pipe, but we call it as CSV only, comma separated values.
Okay.
So now pipe, then we will, while importing, we'll say delimiter is pipe. So
Okay.
anything up to next pipe is treated as one value.
One
From
value.
next pipe to next pipe is another value. This is the oldest, way of moving data. Now we have other XML and other JSON and other advanced level, but this
Okay.
is the original and still one of the most effective way of moving data. Let's say you have some data and you want to send me, right?
Mhm.
So you can send me in the text format like this, and you say, okay, pipe is delimiter. So I know, okay, so starting till this pipe is one value.
One value.
Okay, this is another value.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Now,
Yes.
if I say, copy this, okay, and I paste it here and I save as, let's say I save as, let me see the same path where our data is. Where did I put? Oops. Okay, it should be in quest, right? Yeah, SQL file. Yeah. So let's say I put it here. Okay. I save here. Okay. And I give this file name as, here I'll select all files, and you say here sample csv.csv. I save it. Okay. Now here, if I go to that location, okay, I'm going to share folder. Sample.c,
Yeah.
and by default it is shown as Excel. Okay, but it's
Mhm.
not really Excel. It is a comma separated value.
Comma separate.
CSV. If you double click on it, it will open as, okay, it will open as your, okay, where is that file? It opened at, see, CSV here. You see?
Yeah.
Now, because by default, comma is taken as delimiter, it has put everything in one column.
Oh.
You have to say that here delimiter is comma. So similarly, we have created data in Excel, okay, and we will save this as CSV. Okay, here anyway we are not using comma anywhere, right? So it can, it can save as comma CSV. So I'm going to say save as here, and in the same location, and here from drop down you select CSV, comma delimited, right?
Mhm. Yes.
Okay, or you can have this one, okay, whichever. So let's say I select CSV and I'll say employees. I can leave it as employees, or let's say I put employees data dot.
CSV.
Okay, but anyway, I don't have to give CSV because format itself I have chosen as CSV, right? So
Mhm.
Excel will do the trick for us. Okay, so file is not saved as CSV, it is ready to be imported. Now let's go to MySQL and see how it is done. Okay, So I'm going to say import data into CSV. Okay. Now we'll try to load the data. So command is, okay, load data in file. Okay. So load data in file, and this is the path we have to give. Okay. So this is the path, and I'm going to do it later here. And then say into which table? Into table employees, right? Okay. So into table employees, fields, F-I-E-L-D, fields terminated. Okay. Terminated by, what is the delimiter? Delimiter is comma only, right? Not pipe or something else. If it was pipe, you could have given pipe here. Okay. Enclosed by. Enclosed by means, what is the text data is enclosed by what format? Double quotation.
Double quote.
Okay. Now it will have lines also, right? So lines terminated by /n. Okay. And see, our table already has header, right? Table already has column name, and then the CSV also has column name header. Remember, employee and this,
Yes.
right? So we need to ignore the first row. So you say ignore how many rows? 1 rows. This is the command. Okay. Everything is filled except this. Now the problem here is, okay, MySQL will not read data from any location or any file. MySQL will not read data from any location. Okay. So we need to figure out where the security, there is one file where one folder where the security is low, and from there you can upload only from that location. Just to make this SQL strong, okay, it has created only one folder which is not so secure, and from there only you can upload the data. So this is called @global.securefile priv, priv. If you run this will give you the location. Okay, this is the location where it is not secure. You can only upload through this location, not from any other location. So whatever file we have created, I have to bring it and put it here. Okay. And now this slash also, just like in Python, we have to give double backslash or one forward slash. It does not accept, single double slash, because here you can have problem with /n, isn't it? So you have to convert into forward slash, or you give double backslash. Okay. So I'm giving forward slash. Okay. Now I need to go and move that file from a SQL folder to this folder to upload it. Control X, and I'm going to upload, putting it here. I think this Excel is open. That's why it's not allowing me to copy. 1 second. Let me close it. Try again. Yes. Okay. Now I come here to our MySQL and say employees data.csv. Okay. Now let's try to import. See what happens. We might get errors. No error. See, it says 32 rows affected, records 32 deleted. Okay, no error. Now let's go and see from employees. Did we get the values or not? You see?
Yes, we got the values.
All the values have been added like this.
Nice.
Okay, all the values got added here. Now we are ready to perform next set of operations, which is, getting the values and things like that. Select, I told you, right? Most of our effort will go towards select only. Okay. Okay. So employees is done, but dependents. Okay. Let's ignore dependents. Okay. Let's not worry about dependent for now. We'll ignore dependent. Okay. So we have data into employees table, we have data into departments table. Okay. Now the next set of operation that we need to perform is your update and delete. Okay, update and delete are easy. Let's do that. And then we'll get into select. Okay, because select is what we have to spend more time. So select will take quite good number of time. Okay. So how do you perform delete and update? Okay, how do you perform delete and update? So we have delete command for delete, and you have update command for update. Okay, so delete is when you want to delete a certain particular row or row only, right? And it can be one row or multiple rows. Okay, now let's say you want to delete, we'll delete row 120. Okay, employee number 120. Let's say Vikram Patil. Let's delete Vikram Patil. So what I can do, I will say, okay, this is like delete to remove a row. So I'll say delete, right? Delete from employees. Delete from employees where, and this is where primary key is useful. You might have multiple Vikram Patil, but employee ID is unique, primary key, where EMP ID equal to 120.
Yes.
And you select and you run. Okay. Now you go and say select from employees. You see, 120 should be gone. See, 19 and 21. 120 is gone. This is how you delete the data from record.
Mm.
Update. Now let's say um, um, we want to update the bonus of 122. Okay, we need to update the bonus of 122, right? Bonus of 122 is, let's say, mistakenly added and you want to update it. So then you have to say update to edit or modify existing values in a table row. Row actually basically it's talking about row, right? You can update entire column as well. Okay. Okay. If you don't give, see, if I don't give employee ID, if I just give this, what will happen? All the records will be gone. Okay. So that's why where is important, and MySQL will not allow you to run without where, without where. All the records will be gone. Update to modify. Here you come and you say here update. Okay, update table name. So update employees. Okay, then you say set. Set what column? Which column? Bonus
Bonus column.
PCT. Okay, set bonus PCT to, let's say, 0.45. You have second value to be updated. You can say here salary. Okay, salary equal to, now let's say salary got increased, let's suppose 149. So let's make it 160,000,000. So you can comma and you can add third value, fourth value, so on. Okay, if I don't do condition where, it will update for all, everybody will have same bonus and same salary. So I have to say where EMP ID equal to 122.
122.
Yes. Now when you run it, okay, let me put semicolon, and when you run it, okay, green runs successfully. Just go to select employees, run it, employee 122. Okay, employee 122 is up. See, 45 and 160, 100. Right? If you want to see, you want to display the data here, you can say select star from employees. Now, if I select star from employees, you get all the records, right? But here I'll add where clause, where EMP ID equal to 122. Now you run it. Okay, you see here, you get only that particular data. So now we are introducing where clause. Where is to filter the data. Okay, so whether it is update, delete, whether it is select, it will filter out the data for you. So I want to see only 122. So I'll say where 122. Make sense?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so this is how you can read the data, edit the data, delete the data. Okay,
Yes.
so the core has been done. Now we have to focus on select. Okay, so select will have where, select will have whatnot. We have to get data from multiple tables. Okay, we need to join employees and departments. I want all the people from department CSE. Now here CSE is not there. 106 is there, but CSE is not there. I need to figure out the department ID of CSE and then filter out the data from here. So you'll have to link both the table. Okay. So now, as we said, let's start focusing on select. Any
Select.
questions so far? We are
No.
getting into last phase of our database discussion. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how select works? I told you select, and then if you want limited columns, so you'll say F name, comma, you will say email, and let's say you want phone, and let's say you want salary. Select F name, email, phone, salary from employees. And you run it. So see, 31 rows returned. Okay. So you can actually filter the columns here. Choose the columns. Now I want where salary is greater than or equal to 1 lakh, let's say. So you add where clause and run it. Okay, 22 people have salaries more than 1 lakh here. Okay. Okay.
Yes.
This is how you can filter based on salary. Okay. Now, when you go to where, there are again multiple clauses. Okay. You can have salary. So this is for salary, which is number, right? Now, you can have text also. Okay. So, for example, I'll say, okay, let me first copy this entire thing. Okay, and I'll say email. Email is a text, so cannot be greater than, right? So greater than, you cannot use greater than. But since it's a text, you have to use in single quote. So I'll say, I will copy this and I'll paste it here. and you run it. See, you get that specific data only. So generally, we perform where on the primary key, okay? Most of the time, very rarely you'll be using non-primary keys like this time, salary and email to do search. Now, if you are using, okay, frequently, see primary key or automatically index are created, right? Index is already created. So it's fine. But if you are using salary, let's say frequently, or email, let's say frequently, then it is recommended that you create an index on that particular table itself, on that particular column itself. Okay, we have to create index on that thing. Why? Because index will make your job faster. Okay, will make your job faster. Okay, so how do we create an index? Let's see if you want to create an index. I want to use, so generally you don't have. So if you go here, right, employees, and you go to index, let's say you only have primary key and other things, right? You have, this is unique and things like that. Foreign, this is foreign key. This is primary key. This is not null. This is also DOB, right? Something, okay, last name and DOB together should be unique. So these are specific indexes. I want to create, I generally use salary. So I will say here, create index to make query faster. Okay. So I'll say create index. Okay. Index name. So generally you give IDX so that people know it is index. Index salary. Okay. So on which table? On employees. And which column of employees? Salary. Okay. Now you select and you run it. Green tick, right? That means it has run successfully. And when you go and say refresh all, you see IDX salary that was created here. So what is an index? What is index in database?
Yes.
So index is a data structure. Okay. So data structure is a way of storing data. Okay. Index is a data structure. Okay. Data structure means the way you store data. Okay. To improve the speed or improve the time taken to filter a data from a database table. Okay. So it actually, it uses up space. Okay. It creates a separate table. Okay. So index will create a separate table, which will have index number. I mean, like in this case, you are saying salary, right? So it will have salary, and salary will be ordered in increasing order. Salary will be ordered in increasing order in the table and the memory location. So it will put it in the increasing order. So if you say 1 lakh, it'll go and figure out where is 1 lakh, because it's in increasing order. It becomes easy to search. Now in this case, okay, if you do not put index, then you have to go and search each table, each row, and check if salary is more than 1 lakh or not. Okay, that's the problem without index. But when you create index, okay, when you create index, it will rearrange in increasing or decreasing order. Okay, mostly it is increasing order only, and it knows how to find exactly those locations and it'll give you those locations data. So that's why, when you are using lot of where clauses on a particular column, it's better you create an index on that column. It is used for fast lookup. Okay, you can easily look up in a fast manner.
Mhm.
Okay, so that's the purpose of index. Okay. Now let's do one more example and then we will end for today. So we said we have used greater than, right? Okay. We can use it like, when you're talking about uh, where you can use equal to, greater than, okay, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to, not equal to, right? So here the relational operators, right? Relational operators in MySQL. Okay. Relational operator MySQL is equal to, greater than, less than, greater than equal to, less than equal to, not equal to. Right? This is how you give not equal to. So if I want email ID, I mean all the data for everyone except this one. So see, we have 32 rows, right? No, we have 31 rows because one we deleted. So 30 rows, so it give you only 30 rows. Okay, if you remove this, where, and if you run it, you get 31 rows, right? Now, if you select and run, we got all except this particular email, 30 rows. Make sense? So this is how you
Yes.
can use not equal to. Apart from that, you can also use between like and in, which we'll do it tomorrow, okay?
Okay.
So you have like between, like, and in. These are your like membership operator, like you have check for specific values. We'll see it tomorrow.